Hey guys, we're back in the bee yard, and today we're going to try and requeen this hive here in the centre. I've been having issues with these guys for the last few weeks. Colony size has dwindled down to practically nothing, so I've got myself a nice new queen wherever I put her. There we go. And we're going to put her into this hive today. She seems a little bit pissed. So a little bit of smoke in the entrance, and then a little bit of smoke up here. I don't think this particular hive has a queen, so we are going to take care of that today. So as you can see, there are practically no bees. They don't seem to like this pollen patty, so I'll put that down there. We can get rid of this. It looks like they pretty much, yeah, they're pretty much dead. So, yeah, we don't have any bees left in this hive at all. So yeah, these bees are all dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my hive here, and I'm going to bring some fresh brood over to this hive. So these are my Russians. In fact, you know what? Do I want to do the Russians? Yes. So let's check on my Russian bees. Okay. Now this is what you want to see. You want to see a hive that is popping. And these guys, whoops, are definitely popping. They have pretty much finished all of what I gave them in terms of food. And they seem to be quite happily drawing out frames. So what we're looking for here, obviously we don't want to scoop up their queen. Okay, so we can put this frame over here. And we take our apivar strip, and we're going to drop it over here. Now, I don't see a queen, which is fine. I do see some broods. And we are going to put the fresh undrawn comb in here, and these guys, we will strip that comb off. So these guys are coming along quite nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more frame of cone. Which these guys can then use to expand their own brood nest. Come on, get in there, you bastard. Nope, that's not going to go in there. So, we need to do the bee spacing with these guys. Okay, so these guys are fine, they're coming along quite nicely. And I think we will give these guys a new pollen patty, which I have here. This is rocket fuel. So we're going to put some in here. 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we can pretty much close you guys up. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to get our rubber bands, wherever I put them. Yes, a couple of big stout rubber bands. The bees will actually chew their way through to release themselves. So put that there for the moment. There we go. And then we will take our queen cage here, and we will mount her, oops, onto this here. Now, I'm assuming that the queen in this particular hive died. So this is why we're doing this. Come on, get on. Boing. And then once she chews her way out of this fondant here, hopefully she will help repopulate this hive. Because as it stands, this hive is really not doing at all well, and is proving to be a huge issue. So I've put a couple of frames of my Italian bees in here, and now we will lock this guy up for the next couple of days and see what happens. They'll either accept her or they'll kill her. I mean, there really isn't an in-between. And these frames here, I'm going to scrape them off, and I will use the wax on the frames for something else. Now these guys are coming along very, very nicely. This is my Italian hybrid package, courtesy of Man Lake. They've been in situ for about 10 days now, and they started off with absolutely no drawn comb. But they are now at a point here where they are actually starting to draw comb out. Don't see the queen. But I do see them starting to build resources, which is important. So we're going to thread this stuff back down into the hive. Oops, sorry. We're going to have a look and see if we can find the queen. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of activity, a lot of comb being drawn out with nectar. And remember, these guys have only been in here for about 10 days. So this is quite a fast turnaround for them. And let's put our pollen patty over here, which these guys actually really seem to like. And then we'll see what we have happening here. I need to get a lot more practice at seeing the queen though. I think that's her in here. Yeah, no, that's a worker. The queens are usually longer with a slimmer abdomen than the workers. And they'll have a more kind of golden colour. Pollen coming in, probably from dandelions. There she is, there's the queen. Look at her go. So she's down there in the, moving across the frame left to right. Okay, so we've got the queen, that's good. The last thing we needed to do was to move this, these frames over and find that we had inadvertently lost the queen. Okay, so really happy with this hive, really happy with what I'm seeing. We're going to leave the other hive for about a week, and then we will report back when it seems like things for them have improved. So we've got our Apivar strips in with these guys because I did notice a lot of varroa shit in the other hive, and I think that's what killed the majority of the bees. This is what's left of the original pollen patty that I gave them. They scoffed the whole lot. And we have a worker being very, very inquisitive about my face. More often than not, if you're going to get stung, they're going to go for your hands and they're going to go for your face. For the most part, they're not really going to care one way or the other about your legs, though it's not unusual to get stung on the legs. So we're going to button these guys up. They are not happy, but I put my Apivar strip back. Oh no, I've got a strip in here. Okay. So these guys although they are a different species of bee, seem to be quite happy in this new hive, which is a plus. Now, where is my smoker? So let's see how my star hive is doing. These guys have got their second deep box on. What I really want to see here when I open the hive is that they're drawing out comb on the second deep box. And for once, my smoker hasn't gone out, which is a plus. So we'll take this off here. Oops. So these guys are doing exactly what we want them to do. So what we want to see is they're drawing off comb on this second box, and within the next week or so, hopefully, we will be able to put a honey super on this guy. So we will take the end frame out. That gives us a little bit of room. So we've got guys here that are slowly working. That's good, that's what we want to see. Alright, they're moving really, really slowly on this one. But as you can see on this frame here, apart from having a lot of wild comb, which is really, really annoying, we've got the nasty habit of putting wild comb on the bottom. Yet we are drawing out cells. And let's see how we're doing with this guy here. Now this is much better. Okay, so we're drawing out cells. We don't have any eggs or larvae yet, but that's fine. But they are definitely drawing stuff out, so let's see. There we go. Oh, now we've got some wonky comb here. So this on the bottom is wild comb, and that's them basically just gluing everything into place. I don't see the queen, but that's fine because she's probably still in the, in the bottom box. Sorry guys. Again, we do everything very, very slowly and gently, because if you do things jerkily or fast, that tends to piss them off. Oh, so this box here, we're not ready for a super yet, but give them another week. Oh yeah, we'll be ready. So we're very, very busily drawing out cells. We're also looking for swarm cells at this time of year as well. And generally they will be vertically and will be on the bottom of the frames. So far all I'm seeing though is wild comb, which is fine. You also don't need to use a whole lot of smoke. I see a lot of videos on YouTube where they're absolutely gassing the poor buggers. And with my limited experience, it doesn't seem that it's entirely necessary. So this hive is doing exceptionally well. No, you guys are not going to land in my veil. We learned that lesson the hard way. Okay, so we're going to put our crown board back on here. extra comb today. Okay, you guys are good. Right, so you're fine. You guys are doing exceptionally well. Now we're going to have a look at the other nook that we got, and then I'll take these frames up to the house and we can process them. Alright, so I'm going to have to start trimming some of these trees back here. Yeah, I know you guys don't like it, but that's why we have smoke. So we are going to lift this one. Oops. So these guys are onto their second deep box as well, and they were installed at exactly the same time. This is what you like to see. You like to see a lot of bees on the crown board. So I'm not going to inspect the bottom deeps today on these guys. Okay, there's slowly some work happening here. Last thing I need is for a branch to go pierce my veil. So these guys are, I don't know if you can see that here, they're doing something called festooning, which basically means that they're bridging a gap between one frame and the next. So we'll open this frame here. And we'll take a little peek. There's some festooning going on here as well. The yellow here is propolis, which is like a kind of resinous glue that they create. Oh, look at this. Now this top deep was put on late last week, and they're already drawing out comb in the centre. Don't see the queen, but she's probably in the bottom deep. It's called a deep because they're bigger than the ones that we use for honey, which are called mediums or supers. Now again, we've got wild comb on the bottom. These guys are propolizing the crap out of everything. And that's not a bad thing because it actually seals up all the air gaps. Propolis also has antibacterial properties as well, which is good for these guys. Okay, let's take you out. Okay, really happy with what I'm seeing. We're not quite at a stage here where we're ready to put a super on with either of these two hives, but give them another week or so and that should be the case. Okay, so we're slowly drawing these frames out. Okay, we are making some real progress here. So I'm very happy with what I'm seeing with these hives. Let's put this frame back in. Okay, and let's see how we're doing on this end frame here. Nothing, but that's okay. So what we see here is exactly what we need to see in a hive. We're seeing the three essentials. we are seeing brood, we're seeing eggs, and we're seeing bees. All in all, a pretty good trip to the bee yard. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to scrape off some of this comb here. I'm not going to bother so much with the brood comb, but I'm going to scrape off some of this, and we are going to process this. So once we scrape off this, and they did this because this frame wasn't properly waxed, even though the company of course claims that it is. So this is honeycomb. We've got some nectar here. Now this is obviously going to be a disgusting mess until it's processed, because we also have brood in here as well. So what we're going to do is just simply put this through a crock pot and render it down. And yeah, we've got pupae here which basically died. So we've got that one, and then we can use this one here, which again, whoops, everything died. Now I don't think we have foul brood or anything like that, but we definitely have a situation here where the hive died. So spending, I think it was $80 for a new queen, honestly wasn't a bad thing. So we will put this into this strainer, and I have a little crock pot specially for this. So we will so gross. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm simply going to leave these frames out here. Put them here maybe. Yeah, these guys are coming along really nicely. And the bees will actually clean these frames, and they will be able to use the frames again. So all in all, I should put my apivar strip back in here. So we'll do that right now. Alright, does this guy have two strips? No, he does not. He only has the one strip. So we will feed that down. Okay, and we have ants, which in and of themselves are not a huge problem. What we're looking to avoid is small hive beetle and wax moth. So far I've seen none of that in any of my bees. Now, let me go around here and get my smoker, which is still happily smoking, and I will plop this into my little crock pot and render down a few more ounces of wax, and I'll show you how we do that in another video. So I've got my supers ready, and we will add them with these things here, the queen excluder, which, as its name suggests, allows the workers to get up and put honey aside, but it doesn't allow the queen to come up and lay in your supers, which is, well, not what you want. All in all, quite happy with that inspection. Thanks for watching, guys.